And boom! 99.9? Let's go, let's go. Alright, 3, 2, 1. 100! 100! Let's go!
Yeah.
Finally! Let's go! We finally got it! We got it! Holy cow! GG's! I have recorded 186 clips when I was grinding for the HyperGreen Level 5. I obviously did not use all of the clips, but for those who want to get all of the clips, which is about 6 gigabytes, please feel free to click in the description below. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Hi guys, welcome back, it's Mr. Vince. And I'm very excited to make this video because I actually haven't made a jailbreak video in quite a while. But yeah, a lot of you are probably like, you got the level 5, Mr. Vince. Big fat GG's. Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to note is that I actually used a different video editor for this video. So for the past 4.5 years, I've actually used the iOS application VLLO, but this video was actually made using a new application I found, DaVinci Resolve. Now some of you may know what it is, but if you don't, it's a pretty free application that allows you to edit your videos in a much better way, if you have a beefy PC, that is. My PC is pretty good, so I was able to use DaVinci Resolve. Similar to how I was able to record this video. But yes guys, I have managed to get the level 5 green OG, and by the way, for those who didn't know, this is actually my first ever Hyper level 5 that was grinded entirely by myself. So I didn't trade for level 3, I didn't trade for level 2, none of my ults had a Hyper Chrome for me. I entirely got the level 5 from the very start. I got myself a level 1 back in, I think it was October or November. I got the level 2 about a few months, I believe it was March, when I got level 2 from Pity. I got level 3 in about a month after I got level 2, so I got the level 3 from Luck. I got the level 4 from Luck on June 6th, and as of June 17th, I got HyperGreen Level 5 from Pity. So in this video, I'm going to briefly show you guys the HyperGreen Level 5 and the aftermath of getting such Hyper Chrome. So let me go ahead and spawn in the Snake. Lots of people may not know what this vehicle is, but this is the McLaren Senna that was added about 2 years ago, and it's a relatively nice looking vehicle. It was made by Ooft, as you can see by the license plate. And I'm going to go ahead and customize this bad boy. And as you can see, yep, this is the HyperGreen Level 5. Holy cow, it is so bright. But yes, this is literally the HyperGreen Level 5. If I go ahead and go over to the garage, you can see this is HyperGreen Level 5. Over here, I also got a couple other Hyperchromes. So we got pink 1, blue 1, diamond 2, yellow 3, orange 2, purple 2, and so on and so forth. I cannot absolutely believe it took quite a while for me to get my first level 5. In fact, the first level 5 I was going to get was yellow. I actually got yellow 3 from Pity, and I'm currently trying to get a yellow 4 from Pity. And I'm hoping to get that done very soon because it takes about 870 robberies to get a level 4 from Pity, but I could be wrong. I had to spend approximately a week for me to get a level 5 from less than 10% Pity in my private server, and I think that was just insane. Now, if you saw the first clip I recorded for this video, you might have noticed that there was no Pity showing in the clip, but that was because I was in the private server at the time, and that was about a day or two after I actually managed to get 10% Pity in public servers. So it was a little bit interesting. I also recorded this video by the time season 21 ended, so you can see that the season has officially ended, and yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in the torpedo. Here is the HyperGreen level 5 inside of the torpedo. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a really cool color. I do like green, so I do find myself using such color. And yeah, this is actually my first level 5 for the year. I actually thought I wasn't going to get a level 5 this year, but I managed to, so that's real nice. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over to this airdrop over here, and well, I'm just gonna do it because why not? But the thing about level 5s is that they do shine. They don't have numbers, they just shine. Yep, that's how level 5s work. Pretty cool, am I right? Not all vehicles will support hyper level 5s, but the torpedo does. So you can see the shine on it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really cool. I honestly prefer the shine compared to the numbers that will be part of your cars or helicopters. So the shine just makes your vehicles look super appealing. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna do the airdrop over here, and boom, I just got myself 2,500 cash. So that is the torpedo. And in recent updates, they also brought back the shine on the Volt bike. So you can see that the shine works on the Volt bike. I think it looks really good, I'm not gonna lie. Look at the trail. It looks like you're spewing out Mountain Dew. I think that is just hilarious. But let me go ahead and rob the cargo train real quick because it is part of the map now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and casually drive over here and hopefully don't get hit by the train. There we go. I'll show you guys how much Pity I have for Yellow 4 inside my private server at the moment. So if I go ahead and open up the cargo train, and I just go ahead and go over here and simply rob the train as if nothing happened, you will see that my Pity is about, if I go ahead and wait a little bit, yeah, you can see that the Pity is about 24.3%. So I'm aiming to get that Yellow 4 very soon. I think Hyper Yellow will be my next level 5, but I am not entirely sure yet. What if I get Diamond 5 before Yellow 5? That would be crazy. But yeah, here is the level 5 on the Parisian, and I'm not gonna lie, the Hyper Chrome just looks great. Now, it also depends on what kind of colors you like. So if you're not a big fan of purple, you may not find yourself using purple. I actually did try out almost every level 5 when I had the Hyper Shift twice. So I got the chance to see what kind of colors I liked. And personally, out of all the colors, I really liked Diamond, Yellow, Green, and Blue. And the other 4 are alright, but they're not the best, honestly. So I do find myself using the former 4 colors I've mentioned. And here is the leaderboard as of today, and you can see that I am first place, tied with Alexis over here. So yeah, GG's to everybody on the leaderboard. So yeah, season 22 is going to release pretty soon. I think by the time this video gets released to YouTube, which would probably be the 21st of June, I think the season is still not here yet, because Asimo did mention that the season may arrive randomly, so we're not entirely sure when it's going to release. But with that said, just please stay tuned for the new season. It's going to be American themed. Yeah. Some things I will mention in this video. I am not going to be training to level 5, as I did kind of make a promise last year with the Orange 5, but broke it. The reason is because, unlike last year, I do have pretty much everything in the game now, except for the Hyper Shift and a few other items, like the Brick Set Drift and the Engine Horn. You can see I got every single rim in the game. I also got every spoiler, texture, except for NASCAR Holder, etc. So, yeah, and also, my server is a little bit laggy right now. There are some internet connection issues that I have to deal with, so please bear with me for that. But yeah, this is the HyperGreen Level 5. As you can see, it just looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So in addition, I am not going to actually try to grind for another level 5. I have done enough for this thing, so you will not see me try to get a yellow 5 or a diamond 5 right away, because that will take an eternity to get. Not to mention, I would rather risk my life doing some other stuff, like go outside and like make videos, than just grind for a hyperchrome that is not great in value anymore. But with that said, hyperchrome grinding is definitely a lot easier nowadays, but it varies on what color you go for. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go over to the bank. And if you guys got any questions, please feel free to let me know. I am more than happy to answer them. I may not get to every single question, but I will also be trying my best to make these type of videos. So you might see some of the future gameplay videos be a little bit better than usual, and I'm going to slightly improve the quality. I also improved the intro, so the intro looks a lot better now. It used to be part of the screen, but the new intro is so much better. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. There is no outro yet. I am planning to make an outro very soon, but for now it's just like a cutout. So yeah, let me go ahead and rob the bank real quick. You can see that I pretty much have no pity. So no pity is there. I do not have a level 1 green yet, so I'll probably get that in a few days, because getting a level 1 is very easy now. So yeah, we just have to wait for that. Alright, let me go ahead and go to the jewelry store, because the jewelry store is open for robbery. I will not be using every vehicle in this video, but I will be using a few. So here is the MCO 36 with the HyperGreen Level 5, and I gotta say, some of the vehicles just look really good with level 5s. Now, looking at level 5s now, I do think the old versions were technically better because they had proper reflections, but I kind of see why we have to have the current version of Hyperchromes. I mean, after all, Roblox really did kill off reflectance, and that's just pretty screwed up, Roblox. You could have just kept it as a little secret that you could have just had. That is ironically powering imagination. Alright, so let me go ahead and rob the jewelry store real quick. I don't know when I'm going to necessarily get a new Hyperchrome. I think I'm going to get Blue 2 next, because I'm planning to do a couple mansions just to get enough pity for level 2, so that I can get Blue level 2, because I've never been able to level up my Hyper Blue. So I'm going to try to get Blue to level 2, but other than that, I'm pretty much done with Hyperchrome grinding. I mean, I finally got my first level 5 for the year. I'm officially keeping it. I am not actually going to trade it away. And yeah, it was such a massive achievement. I want to thank you guys who participated within the past several streams. I have worked really hard to get this bad boy. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just die over here so that I can spawn at Crater City. And let me go ahead and spawn in the NASCAR. A lot of you probably don't know this vehicle, but this is the NASCAR. If it can spawn in real quick. Yeah, here it is. The NASCAR. Yep. This is what it looks like with the HyperGreen Level 5. Oh boy. That looks very interesting. Yeah, once again, sorry for the Wi-Fi connection issues. Alright, let me go ahead and carefully make my way over to the bank. I'm going to go ahead and rob this bank over here. So before I do end the video, I want to talk about my HyperGreen strat. So this is a strat that I have learned from a couple YouTubers, mainly Cappy the Angel, so I'll give credit to him. But basically, the strat is that you need to have a private server, the Pro Garage Game Pass, the Volt Bike, which is definitely recommended. You should definitely get a fast vehicle for this strat. And the Crime Boss Game Pass, unless if one of our friends has the Crime Boss Game Pass, but I would recommend getting your own so that it's even easier to do the grinding strat. But basically, you have to make sure that you get a bank in your server. By the way, for those wondering, you can only have up to 3 robbery groups in a new server. You cannot get the cargo train ones, so it's actually going to be very easy for you to get a bank in your server. Basically, you have a 66% chance of getting a bank in your server, so you can either get Crater Bank, Rising City Bank, or the Power Plant. You gotta be lucky and not get the Power Plant one, because if you do, you have to rejoin. By the way, I don't actually think you can get banned for server hopping in your own server, so you are free to leave as quick as you can and rejoin. If you do end up getting banned, then that's a rip, but you shouldn't. I have done it before, and you should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do the casino. I forgot the code again, so I'm going to have to look. Yeah, there it is. So immensely, what you have to do is to just try to get inside the bank. Now, if you do not have a way to glitch inside of the bank, you can just get a keycard from a cop if you have an ult or a friend with you. Unless if you know how to glitch through doors using an emote called Youngblood Happier Jump. If you guys don't know, Youngblood Happier Jump is actually the best emote to glitch through stuff as of right now, because a lot of the other no clipping emotes have been blacklisted from jailbreak. So Youngblood Happier Jump is the best one, but the only downside is that Youngblood Happier Jump is 50 Robux. So it does cost Robux. And for some reason, the casino cameras are glitched. That is a bit interesting. Yeah, that's how I died. But with that said, you do want to have Youngblood Happier Jump. I also recommend having an item in your inventory, like a Mansion Invite, so that you can actually easily clip through the door without any issues. And by the way, when you do equip an item, regardless of what you play on, it will look like this. So basically, you will actually face forwards when you equip an item. So even if you don't have camera lock, you can easily clip through doors like this. So it's actually really convenient. Another thing to take into consideration is that when you enter your server for the first time, the time will be set to 7 AM, and the robbery group that you have will be announced at 7:30. And that's when you have to be aware of which robbery group you're going to get. If you get the power plant one, leave and rejoin, but if you get the bank, then you can stay. Now, if it says Crater Bank, you need to go over there, and if it says Rising City Bank, you need to go over there instead, because there are 2 different banks in the game, so you will have to go to either bank depending on which one you get. The robbery will tend to open around 7:45 to 8 AM, so sometimes the robbery group can open up very early, but other times it will open up at the exact time of 8 AM, so you gotta keep that in mind. It's best that you look very closely at the time so that you don't miss out, and try to do the bank as quick as you can. Don't try to get like full cash, because that's gonna slow down the grinding process. It's best that you get the lowest amount you can. So here's another tip. Wait until the vault door stops moving after you explode it, and once it stops moving, you can actually start getting money, and as soon as that happens, just leave the bank. Also, in case you don't have a keycard, just use the explosive door. It doesn't matter what bank floor you're in, you can use the explosive door no matter what, and then just escape the bank. You will get yourself some pity for doing that, and you might even have a chance of getting a hyperchrome. The only downside is that the percentage of getting a hyperchrome in private servers tend to be a little bit smaller. So you may not actually get a hyperchrome in your own private server, but if you have the luck, you probably can. So you gotta keep that in mind. It is kind of rumored, but I'm pretty sure that is true. So you just want to bear that. Now, here is another tip to take into consideration. If you have 66.6% or 66.7% in your private server, join a public server and quickly do a bank without getting busted, because I know there's going to be a swarm of cops trying to kill you. But if you can actually somehow rob the bank in a public server, your pity should be at 100%. If your pity is lower than that, then you will not get the guaranteed hyperchrome. So please keep that in mind. Also, another thing worth mentioning is that if you have 100% but you didn't get the hyperchrome, that's because the game tends to round your number to the nearest 10th, which is part of the decimals place. So if you have some like 99.95, the game will automatically round the number to 100, and you will not actually be able to get yourself a hyperchrome from pity, because the game does not account for the rounding. So you need to actually go over 100% without the rounding for you to get a hyperchrome. If you want more information on how you can use the method, I'll leave a link to Cappy's video in the description on how to get HyperGreen. But with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I have actually enjoyed making this. It did take me a while to make though, because I was really new to DaVinci Resolve. And by the way, for those wondering, the intro was also made through DaVinci Resolve. I just haven't used all the tools yet. So I am still trying to get used to DaVinci Resolve. But with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. My name is Mr. Vince, and I hope you have a great day, my friends.